Hello, space explorers, and welcome to an amazing adventure. Are you ready to travel far, far away into our solar system? Today, we are going on a very special trip to visit one of the most beautiful and mysterious planets out there. It's a planet that looks like it's wearing a giant hula hoop. Can you guess which one it is? That's right, it's the incredible planet Saturn. So, buckle up your seatbelts, put on your space helmets, and let's get our rocket ready. We're about to count down and blast off on a journey to the crown jewel of our solar system. It's going to be an out-of-this-world experience. Let's start our countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff! Our spaceship is rumbling as we shoot up through the clouds and into the big, dark expanse of space. Wave goodbye to our beautiful blue Earth. We're going to travel past Mars, the red planet, and then zoom through the asteroid belt. Be careful to dodge all those space rocks. After that, we'll fly past the biggest planet of all, Jupiter. And then, what's that glowing golden thing we see up ahead? It's getting bigger and bigger, and its amazing rings are starting to come into view. We've made it! Welcome to Saturn! Look at it! Isn't it just magnificent? Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun, which means it's very, very far from Earth. In fact, it's about 1.4 billion kilometers away. That's why our journey took such a long time. From here in our spaceship, Saturn looks like a giant, creamy yellow ball surrounded by the most spectacular rings you have ever seen. These rings sparkle and shine in the sunlight, making Saturn look like it has its very own halo. It's a truly breathtaking sight, and it's one of the things that makes Saturn so famous and so loved by stargazers and scientists all around the world. Now that we've arrived, let's get ready to explore. We can't land our spaceship directly on Saturn, and we're about to find out why. It holds a very big secret. Over the next few moments, we're going to learn all about this gassy giant. We'll discover what its incredible rings are made of, how long a day lasts on this speedy planet, and what kind of wild weather happens there. We'll even visit some of its fascinating moons. There is so much to see and do here, so let's get our science goggles on and prepare to be amazed by the wonders of Saturn. So, why can't we land our spaceship on Saturn? Well, it's because Saturn is not like Earth, which has solid ground to stand on. Instead, Saturn is what we call a gas giant. Imagine a huge, gigantic, planet-sized cloud. That's kind of what Saturn is. It's made up almost entirely of two very light gases, called hydrogen and helium. These are the same gases you find inside party balloons. There is no solid surface to walk on, so if you tried to land, you would just sink down through the thick, swirling layers of gas. It's a bit like trying to stand on a cloud. You'd just fall right through. Being a gas giant also means Saturn is incredibly big, but also surprisingly light for its size. In fact, if you could find a bathtub big enough to hold it, Saturn would float in the water. It's the only planet in our solar system that is less dense than water. Isn't that a funny thought? This giant ball of gas is about 95 times more massive than Earth, and you could fit our home planet inside Saturn over 760 times. It's a true giant, spinning gracefully in the darkness of space, holding onto its crown of beautiful, shimmering rings. The planet itself has lovely golden, brown, and white colors, which are actually different layers of clouds. Now, let's talk about those famous rings. They are Saturn's most amazing feature. From far away, they look solid, like a giant dinner plate. But if we get closer, we can see that they are not solid at all. They are actually made of billions and billions of individual pieces of ice, rock, and dust. Some of these pieces are as tiny as a grain of sugar, while others are as big as a house or even a mountain. They are all orbiting or circling around Saturn together like a giant cosmic dance. These icy particles sparkle brilliantly as they catch the light from the distant sun. Even though the rings are incredibly wide, stretching out for thousands of kilometers. They are surprisingly thin. For most of their expanse, they are only about 10 meters thick. That's about the height of a 2-story house. Imagine a piece of paper the size of a whole football field. That's how wide and thin Saturn's rings are in comparison. Scientists think the rings are leftovers from comets, asteroids, or even moons that were shattered by Saturn's powerful gravity a long, long time ago. They are a beautiful and delicate cosmic wonder, a true treasure of our solar system. Now that we know what Saturn is made of, let's find out what it would be like to experience time there. On Earth, we know that one day is 24 hours long. That's how long it takes for our planet to spin around one time. But Saturn is a super fast spinner. It whirls around on its axis so quickly that a day on Saturn is only about 10.7 hours long. That means you'd have a very short day and a very short night. You'd have breakfast, and then just a few hours later, it would be time for dinner and bed again. It's one of the shortest days of any planet in the solar system. While its days zip by in a flash, Saturn's years are the complete opposite. A year is the time it takes for a planet to make one full trip, or orbit, all the way around the Sun. Because Saturn is so far away from the Sun, it has a much, much longer path to travel than Earth does. It moves more slowly along its orbit, taking its time. 1 year on Saturn is the same as about 29.5 Earth years. That means if you were 10 years old on Earth, you would still be a baby on Saturn, not even 1 Saturn year old yet. You would have to wait almost 30 Earth years just to celebrate your first birthday there. This long journey around the Sun also means that Saturn has seasons, just like we do on Earth. Saturn is tilted on its axis, a bit like a spinning top leaning to one side. As it orbits the Sun, different parts of the planet get more or less sunlight, creating seasons. But because a Saturn year is so long, each season lasts for more than 7 Earth years. Imagine a summer that lasts for 7 years, followed by an autumn that lasts for 7 years. That would be a very long time to wait for the weather to change and the leaves to fall. This tilt is also what gives us such an amazing view of Saturn's rings from Earth. Sometimes we see the rings tilted towards us, looking wide and magnificent. At other times, during Saturn's spring and autumn equinoxes, the rings are turned edge-on to us. When that happens, they are so thin that they seem to disappear completely when we look at them through a small telescope. It's a magical disappearing act that happens only once every 15 years or so, all because of Saturn's slow, graceful journey around our star, the Sun. Saturn isn't alone on its journey through space. It's kind of like a mini solar system all on its own, with a huge family of moons. As of today, November 6th, 2025, scientists have discovered over 140 moons orbiting the ringed giant, and there could be even more hiding out there. These moons come in all shapes and sizes. Some are tiny, lumpy space rocks, while others are huge, round worlds. Imagine looking up into the night sky from a spaceship near Saturn and seeing dozens of moons lighting up the darkness instead of just one. It would be an absolutely incredible and crowded sky to look at. 2 of Saturn's moons are especially interesting to scientists. The first one is called Titan. Titan is a giant. It's the second largest moon in our entire solar system, and it's even bigger than the planet Mercury. What's really special about Titan is that it is the only moon we know of that has a thick, dense atmosphere, like a thick orange fog. It even has weather, clouds, and rain. But on Titan, it doesn't rain water. It rains liquid methane, which is a very cold, gassy substance. It has lakes, rivers, and seas of methane, making it a strange and fascinating world. Another amazing moon is a small, icy world called Enceladus. This moon looks like a bright white snowball covered in cracks, which scientists call tiger stripes. And from these stripes, something incredible is happening. Giant plumes of water vapor and ice particles are erupting from beneath the surface and shooting out into space, like giant geysers. This discovery was so exciting because it means there is a liquid water ocean hidden under Enceladus's icy shell. And where there's water, scientists wonder if there might also be a possibility of life. It's one of the most exciting places to search for clues. Back on Saturn itself, the weather is anything but calm. The winds on Saturn are some of the fastest in the solar system. They can blow at incredible speeds of up to 1,800 kilometers per hour near its equator. That's much faster than any hurricane on Earth. Saturn also has giant storms, some of which can grow to be as big as our entire planet. But perhaps the strangest weather feature is a massive storm at Saturn's North Pole. It's a huge, spinning hurricane that has a very weird shape. It's a hexagon, a perfect six-sided shape, big enough to fit 4 Earths inside it. Nobody knows for sure why it's this shape. How do we know all these amazing things about a planet so far away? Well, we have sent robotic explorers on long journeys to study it up close. For a long time, we could only see Saturn through telescopes, but spacecraft have given us a front row seat. One of the most famous missions was called Cassini-Huygens. The Cassini spacecraft orbited Saturn for 13 years, from 2004 to 2017. It took hundreds of thousands of incredible pictures and made countless discoveries about the planet, its rings, and its many moons. It was our robotic eye in the sky. Cassini didn't travel alone. It carried a small probe called Huygens. In 2005, the Huygens probe bravely detached from Cassini and parachuted down through the thick, hazy atmosphere of Saturn's biggest moon, Titan. It was the first time any spacecraft had ever landed on a moon in the outer solar system. Huygens sent back amazing information and pictures from Titan's surface, showing us a world with icy pebbles and a strange orange glow. Thanks to Cassini and Huygens, we learned about the methane rain on Titan and the watery geysers of Enceladus. Before we finish our tour, let's take a moment to imagine something truly special. Picture yourself standing on the icy surface of one of Saturn's moons, maybe Mimas or Rhea. You look up at the black, starry sky, but instead of a small moon, a gigantic, glorious planet hangs there, filling your view. It's Saturn, with its majestic rings stretched out across the sky like a giant glowing archway. You'd see the golden clouds of the planet swirling below, and the rings would sparkle with the light of 1 billion tiny ice crystals. It would be the most beautiful and awe-inspiring sight you could ever imagine. What an incredible journey! We've learned that Saturn is a floating gas giant with super fast days and super long years. We saw its beautiful, thin rings made of ice and rock, and we met its fascinating moons, Titan and Enceladus. We even peeked at its wild weather, including that mysterious hexagon storm. Space missions like Cassini have taught us so much, but there are still many secrets waiting to be discovered. Saturn truly is the jewel of our solar system.